Anyways, guys, here are 5 of the tips that I personally look for when it comes down to storage units. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Earhart's Adventures. We're going today to go pick up a unit, and I left my ring. I'm gonna be meeting the wife, so it's all right. But the wife and the girls are at a orthodontist appointment. I gotta take the trailer now and go to the unit where they'll meet me at. But I had some people ask some questions, and I'm gonna have a whole little segment with Ashley where she's gonna drop some of the things that she looks for. But sometimes people will be asking, what do we look for when it comes to buying storage units, and how do you get into it, right? Like, what are the non-TV episode things? Like Storage Wars is really what made me want to get into doing storage units 10 plus years ago. And I had done it while I was stationed in Utah, just a couple of them. But then of course, moved, got out of the military, careers, divorce, homelessness, all this stuff happened, right? Then now I'm remarried with an amazing wife who obviously you guys sometimes see on camera, but she doesn't love the camera as much as I do. And as a marketing professional as well, it's kind of what I'm used to doing with coaching and educating. So anyways, guys, here are 5 of the tips that I personally look for when it comes down to storage units. Now, please understand that not all 5 are like I have to hit all 5 before I bid on it. It really comes down to a couple of these indicators. So number 1 is I look at location. Now, location is important to us because obviously I live in Northwest Georgia, and there's sometimes units within a couple miles of us. Like, we've got 2 units before that were literally 3 or 4 miles down the road from us. But most of the time, my wife looks at a range of 50 miles. I look at a range of about 30 miles. We go to 50 if we have to. This unit is only about a little less than 30 miles from us that we're going to today. So that's one of the big things I look for is location, location, location. Number 2, I look at the area. Like, so when I say besides location of how far it is, I also look at the area as far as the demographics of mostly income. And there's some place, trust me, there's some units I've gotten for $20 or $30 for a unit that were in a rough area as far as income. So that's not massively a disqualifier. It's something I pay attention to. There's cities near us that have higher income areas within the 50 to 30 mile radius that if it's in there, it's kind of a little bit, a one-upper, right? Like, okay, well, that's one thing that's going to help me a lot more on the deciding factor. Number 3 is quality of care. And I look at that when it comes down to how they took care of their unit. If they just threw stuff inside of it and they're just like throwing it in there and it's all like just a hot mess, I'm probably just going to skip over it, regardless of the area, regardless how close it is to me, because that just means they just threw all their stuff in there. There's nothing in there that they typically liked and took care of. There's one unit that I got for free where it was a junky, just garbage unit. We were at the facility already, and they're like, hey, you want this unit for free? And I looked at it, I was like, I walked in with them, I'm like, yeah, I'll take it, because I saw a bunch of really good stuff. We ended up making probably over $1,000 of stuff that we found in there. And you guys can check that out as well. That's the video with the little Murano glass clown on it. Anyways, so the quality of care is a big one. Number 2 is if it's an inside or an outside unit. Again, that's not a deciding factor. We get outside units, but if we have a unit that's outside and one that's inside that we're looking at, we're probably going to lean towards the inside unit because 1, they pay more money to have their stuff taken care of and climate controlled, and 2 is they probably liked that stuff, or it's stuff that they considered that they were going to be getting again. Sometimes when people want to pay the cheapest units, it's just because they're putting their stuff in there and they just want the cheap unit. If they have really good place, it took care of the unit really well, and it's an inside unit and it's not that far from us, that's such a great sign for us that we're gonna want to look at a little bit more. And the 5th thing we look at is the size of the unit. Now, there's sometimes 10 by 20s that are packed with stuff. If you guys are in our Facebook group, Justin and Ashley's Bargains on Facebook, where we do our auctions for all the stuff we have inside these units and everything, we really run this out of our garage, right? So we don't want to get a unit that is going to take up 70% of our storage space. Now I know there's other auction buyers who they love that type of stuff. I will gamble on bigger units if I see a larger profit and it's close to us. But if it's a 10 by 20, or I've seen, you know, 10 by 30s that were just filled with stuff, that's just not what we want to dive into. Most of the things we buy are simple units. We've paid hundreds and hundreds of dollars for some units because of what we saw. And I'll do another video on that to kind of show you guys what we look for and how we do it on online auctions. But we want to make sure that we have enough space to be able to store everything. So those are the 5 simple things we look for, at least I look for. And Ashley can have some feedback, I'm sure, on a video that of what she looks at when it comes down to units that she likes. And you know, she picks some bangers. If you guys watch her video, she's pretty good. She has almost beat me. We do have a husband versus wife storage battles, but we haven't had we had episode 2, but the files got corrupted through whatever. But yeah, check out our videos, guys. You'll see some of the things that she picks. And you know, sometimes once we're in there and opening stuff, I'm like, dang man, like this is a good unit. And I don't want to admit it sometimes, but you know, it is what it is. So anyways, guys, let me know if you got any value. If you buy units, drop some comments of what you look for as well. And if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. We're always here to help educate you.